So we've got a new DC movie, Joker. Now, if you have not seen this movie, I don't understand why, because it's an absolutely amazing movie. But if you haven't seen it, do not worry. This is a spoiler-free review, so nothing spoilery will be spoken about in this review. But if you want to see my spoiler thoughts, come back in a few days, where I'm going to have the spoiler review out soon. So if you want to see that stuff, stick through, click subscribe so you can see the spoiler review. But if you don't and you haven't seen the movie, you just want to hear someone's take on this review, stay tuned. So Joker follows Arthur Fleck as he struggles to get through his day-to-day life, and that's pretty much the bulk of the movie. Seeing this man who he's got mental problems where he has this weirdly, I don't know if it's an actual condition or not, or if it was made up for this movie, but he's got this condition where sometimes he just uncontrollably laughs. I think it could be a form of Tourette's, but he does it throughout this movie, and it's whenever he does it, it's very uncomfortable to watch, especially just scenes like he's on a bus and he's trying as hard as he can to stop laughing, but he just can't help it. So to see the performance of Joaquin Phoenix be able to perform that, be able to have that psychotic end where he's uncontrollably laughing, and the laugh he has is so creepy. It actually really perfect to laugh, and the character himself, to see the transformation of just a guy who I wouldn't call him normal, but he's a guy trying to be normal, to someone who becomes a complete psychopath. As he says, he writes it on a book saying the worst thing about having a mental illness is people expect you not to have one, which that kind of sums up the Joker in pretty much the best way possible. But to see his transformation, it is absolutely incredible. It reminded me a lot of, I think what's his name, Jake Gyllenhaal in Nightcrawler. That's where mine went straight to that, as well as Taxi Driver, which a lot of people have said is reminiscent a lot of this movie. But Taxi Driver and Nightcrawler is where my mind went straight to. I heard King Comedy, but I haven't seen it, so I can't really put my opinion out on that. Not only does this movie have an absolutely amazing performance, but the story itself is it's an incredible story. Now, when I heard the director of Todd Phillips, I was a bit kind of nervous, because I think the only thing I've seen him do is Step Brothers, and as far as I know, he's directed the Hangover movies. So, like, going from those to Joker, I thought kind of a big leap, but he did it perfectly. It's such an amazing directing. Like, there's these steps that you see Arthur Fleck walk up a few times during the start of the movie and middle of the movie, and he's very depressed. But as soon as he fully embraces that Joker, like it's in the trailer, he's coming down so happy, just kicking and dancing the entire way down. Just to see that build up throughout the entire movie, I thought was so satisfying to actually see. The story itself, it was just so brilliantly, where you see him slowly becoming mad. You see the small little ticks that are making him mad, and just everything. You understand why someone with a mental illness would become something like this, but you also understand like he is a bad guy, but in his mind what he's doing is justified, which it helps. So if you watch a Batman movie and you don't get the Joker, I think this really helps you understand why the Joker's thinking the way he is. They've said we will never see this Joker again. I kind of hope we will, just for the fact that I think they set up a world brilliantly here. Like, they've been trying to kickstart the DCEU for so long now. I think this would have been a perfect this would have been perfect to have this one. This is based in 81, I think, and then have the Batman in the 90s. I just continue off from that point onwards. I think that'd be the best possible way to kick off this DCEU. Keep this kind of tone. I don't think they will, but I just think I'd love to see more from this universe. But again, I don't know if they will. I think Joaquin Phoenix has said recently he would like to return to his character, but you can only hope that they will continue on somehow with this character and this universe. Arthur Fleck has got this very weird and somewhat uncomfortable relationship with his mother, because the actor, I don't know how old he is, but I got the idea that he was in his mid to late 40s. I don't know, but like that there's no problem with still living with your mother. It's just the relationship him and his mother have, I thought was very weird. It's like she still treated him like he was a young child, and every now and again she would kind of insult him and try to belittle him as much as she could, and I just thought it was a bit odd that really forced him to become who he was, just because of how no matter where he went he got abused. Like in the trailers you see a bunch of people just beating him up, and you see his mom kind of mentally abusing him. Everywhere he goes he's got abused. So I think just the mother relationship, like that, now it was good to see the build up towards all this, but I just thought it was very uncomfortable to see him and his mother actually be who they were. It's like for mother and son to act that way, I thought it was very odd. Overall, Joker was a pleasant surprise. I was not really expecting much in this movie. Now, it is very hard to talk about this movie without getting spoilers, so I'm going to have to do a spoiler review, because I do want to talk a lot more in depth about this movie. So if you do want to click subscribe so you can see my future Joker video as well as other videos. But if you liked if you like this video, click like. Let me know down below if you like Joker. Try keep it spoiler free, and then if you want to talk about spoilers in the spoiler review, that's probably the best place to do it. But if I had to, I'd probably if I had to kind of give it a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give it a 9.5, maybe even a 10. Because I've heard people throw masterpiece around. I don't think it's a masterpiece. I think it's amazing, but it's 9.5 or 10. I don't know. I can't really decide if it's. I can't see any flaws with it. I want to see it again, but I think it's gonna be. I'm gonna buy the Blu-ray, but I don't know if I'll see it in cinema again. I think it might be a case of I want to go cinema, but there's something else, so I'll go see Joker. But I'm looking forward to getting that Blu-ray so I can watch it again and just go more in depth about this movie, because I really want to go into this movie a lot more. So maybe it's a 10 or a 9.5. I'm not really sure. But anyways, if you like this review, do click subscribe so you can see other videos like this. And as always, thanks for watching.
Send in the clown.